Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Janine here, otherwise known as Mrs. CEO J if this is your first time here. And today I am going to talk about cheat meals and the keto diet, how I feel about them and how to recover from them. All right, how do I feel about cheat meals? This is how I feel, you guys. To me, personally, I do not feel that it is sustainable to think that you are going to be in ketosis 100% of the time. Honestly, not only is that not sustainable, it's not realistic. And it's not required in order to have progress. You can absolutely have progress. A cheat meal or even a cheat day has never made someone fat. I'll be honest. What happens afterward and whether or not you're able to close those gates is really what determines whether a cheat meal or a cheat day will deter your progress. Okay, so when you first start out with the keto diet, it's really imperative that you become fat adapted before you start incorporating a cheat meal. So it is important to be on the keto diet for 2 to 3 weeks, really depends on the person, before you have your first cheat meal. But after that, it's perfectly okay to have a weekly cheat meal, even while you are trying to lose weight. Now, when you get to a point of maintenance, you can incorporate either a second cheat meal per week or even a cheat day. I personally do a cheat day every weekend. I pick either Saturday or Sunday and kind of eat whatever I want. Keep in mind though, you're gonna eat like a human, okay? No binge eating, no excessive eating or eating to the point where you feel sick, just simply giving into some cravings. You know, what is it that you are craving? And if you aren't craving anything, that's fine too. You can skip a cheat meal, skip a cheat day as well. What I want to go over is some of the things I do after my cheat day to get back into ketosis faster and just minimize the quote unquote damage. And so take a listen. All right, you guys, I am back in the gym here, ready to get it in and put those carbs to use. Now, after a cheat day, I don't go crazy. I don't do 2 hours of cardio or anything like that, but it is important to do some cardio activity because you've got, your carb gas tank is full, and in order to get you back into ketosis and your body to start producing ketones again, that tank has to be emptied out. So doing some fasted cardio will help to empty that tank out. So nothing crazy. I might just up the intensity a little bit. Usually I do 20 minutes, but post cheat, maybe 30 minutes. So I'm about to get it in right now on that little bike back there. I've also got my water here in my little perfect keto tumbler. Another super important and probably one of the most important things to do post cheat is drink a ton of water. I'm talking like more water than you normally would. You have to understand that when you eat carbohydrates, your body is going to hold on to 3 times the amount of water per every gram of carbohydrate you consumed. So a lot of that fluffiness that you're feeling and bloated feeling, honestly, it's just water retention. So if you drink a ton of water, you're going to flush it out a lot faster. So I aim for like 120 ounces of water post-cheat because that's just gonna make me feel so much better within 24 hours or so. So I'm on my cardio machine here. It doesn't have to be a machine. If you don't have access to a machine, just go for a walk, just up your steps for the day, do something to increase your cardio. Remember that you really just want to use up that stored glycogen from the cheat. That's really all you need to do in order to get back into ketosis quicker, is just up your activity. So I'm going to be doing some cardio before weight training, but honestly, that's not much different than my normal schedule. Again, don't do anything drastic when you have a cheat meal or a cheat day. It's not necessary. Just get right back to keto eating, stay active, drink lots of water, and I promise you, you're going to feel better. Cardio is now done. Now I'm going to do some weights, and I do take advantage of the fact that I have all this extra energy in my glycogen stores, because I'm going to be able to push really hard at the gym. So take advantage of it if it's, a lifting day for you. Don't, underestimate the extra energy that you can get from all those carbohydrates. So another thing I like to do after I've had a cheat day or a cheat meal is fast as long as I can before I eat my first meal. So I typically fast for 18 hours on normal days. Post-cheat, I try to strive for a 20-hour fast. So here I am at hour 20 and I'm gonna break my fast with keto coffee. It's always best to break your fast with fats rather than a meal that contains fats, proteins, and carbs. Also, it'll allow me to fast even longer before I actually have my first solid meal. So in here, I just have some MCT oil and collagen protein, and I will be having my first meal probably in another couple of hours or so. Here is my ketone reading. Now you guys, I am pretty well fat adapted. I mean, I've been in ketosis or on the keto diet for a really long time. So my body doesn't really hop out of ketosis very much. Even in the presence of carbohydrates, I will still show some reading. Now that doesn't mean that I don't need to use up that stored glycogen. I still need to use up that stored glycogen so that I can get my body back to that fat-fueled state. And that is why I do all of the steps that I have been describing in order to get me there. Alrighty, it's time to have my first solid meal of the day. Now I always like to have protein kind of ready to go in the fridge for quick lunches. So I've got here some grass-fed ground beef and about an ounce of shredded cheese. And here I have the dressing that I'm going to use. Now this is what I use for dressing a lot of the time. It's chipotle lime mayo actually, and I just add in some lemon juice, and so that it's a nice thin consistency. So I'll do about a tablespoon of that. Now I do like to keep my carbohydrates very low. Post cheat day, I have enough glycogen already. I don't need to add to it. So this is a very, very low carb, actually pretty much zero carb lunch. I also added a hard-boiled egg. I've got the dressing in there now and everything is together. I also wanted to point out that I add some of this new salt as well. New salt is basically like a potassium supplement, especially the day after cheat when I am drinking extra water. I'm flushing out even more electrolytes than normal. So potassium is one of those things I really need to make sure and that I'm getting the correct amount of, as well as, my typical electrolyte supplementation that I will also be taking with this meal, since this is my first solid meal of the day. This is something you can purchase on Amazon. It's super cheap. I think it's like $3. And you're gonna get over 500 milligrams of potassium for 1/6 teaspoon. So it's a really great way to help you to get that potassium level up. All right, I'm 5 Starbucks cups into my water drinking for the day. This, once I complete this, this will be get me to 100 ounces. So I'm gonna fill it up one more time, and that's it. 120 ounces down, a lot of trips to the bathroom, but I'm already feeling better. It's the evening, I'm about to eat my last meal of the day, and I already feel less puffy. So it's just a matter of getting that water in. All right, you guys, there you have it. I mean, truth be told, I really don't do a lot differently than I normally do the day after a cheat. The most important thing to remember is stay off the scale because you're gonna be retaining water. Drink a little bit of extra water. Fast as long as you can. And when you do eat, just make it very, very low carb for that day. Then honestly, it's pretty normal. Right back to your normal routine until you get to your next cheat day, of course. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again next time.